many instances of sexual harassment by Andrew Cuomo in this report, documented today by the New York Attorney General. So many facets to unpack tonight. Let's bring in Fox News senior meteorologist Jana Steen and New York State Assemblyman Colin Schmitt. Great to have you both with us tonight. I want to play a little bit of what we were hearing from the mainstream media about this governor months ago. Here's what they were saying then.
Even lifelong Republicans tell me, they look at Cuomo and they're like, God, there's a leader.
I heard, though, that you had a crush on our boyfriend, Andrew Cuomo.
Dude, everyone does, right? I think he's fantastic.
And you exposed a lot of your own vulnerabilities. The very buzzed about topic about you is your love life.
You've been commended for your clear and your calm leadership. We're grateful that across the country there are responsible leaders who are stepping up. One of them provided clear direction and memorable PowerPoints, New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo.
Janice, you've had to listen to that for more than a year, and obviously your issue is losing your two precious in-laws due to nursing home policies under this governor and with COVID. But how are you feeling today that at least on another front, there is finally some accountability?
Brave women today, Shannon. I'm so proud of those young women that came forward. That was really tough for them to do and really risk their jobs and their careers, and their livelihoods to go against this monster. I mean, I've been speaking out for over a year and a half now, and people have told me, watch your back and be careful. And so for these women to come forward and speak to investigators and bring them their deepest, darkest secrets about this man, they are to be commended. I feel hopeful today. And I've always said I think that the sexual harassment is what's going to get him in the end, because he can't really blame anyone else, even though he really tried to today. It's on him, and he has to take the responsibility.
And Assemblyman, listen, from the top down from Democrats, I mean, the president, he's the biggest Democrat we've got in this country. Even he is saying it's time for the governor to resign. The governor today sounding like he has no intention of doing that. So now it's up to essentially the state Democrats there. It sounds like they are moving with more haste than they have in the past. On impeachment, what would it take at this point? I mean, it seems like they have all the political cover they need, given this report.
Absolutely. The governor should resign, but we see that he clearly is not interested in doing what is right and what is just. So the Assembly needs to immediately move to impeach the governor. It should be unanimous. It should be bipartisan. The Assembly majority has stalled for several months. My colleagues and I in the Assembly Republican Minority Conference put forward a co-sponsored impeachment resolution many months ago. The resolution's in. There's already a committee that has been stood up on this. So there should be no further delay. We have all the independent validation that we need. It is disturbing and it is vile. And Andrew Cuomo is not above the law. He needs to be removed from office and he needs to be prosecuted immediately.
There are other things he is now facing. There's talk of another investigation that is criminal in nature. Janice, I know because of his handling of the COVID outbreak with regard to assisted living and nursing home facilities, you've been really tracking to see what the Department of Justice would do, the feds here. This is the Washington Post headline just a few days ago saying DOJ declines to investigate Cuomo's handling of COVID-19 in nursing homes. Said the U.S. Justice Department announced Saturday that it will not conduct a civil investigation into Cuomo's handling of the coronavirus cases in state nursing facilities. Janice, I know that is the cause most personal and closest to your heart, to your family. Are you hopeful that there will be any answers or accountability on that particular issue?
I hope so. The investigations continue here in New York State with regards to the nursing homes, and not only because of his March 25th order, but the fact that he might have used state resources for friends and family COVID tests, things that the nursing homes were not getting at that time, and the fact that he covered up the numbers for so many months. And the timeline shows he did that corresponding with his $5.1 million book in the middle of a pandemic. So I'm going to try to be hopeful, but I am very disappointed disappointed in the Biden administration for them to drop that DOJ case, because it wasn't just New York, it was Pennsylvania, it was Michigan, it was New Jersey, that also had the same mandate to put infected patients into nursing homes. And why wouldn't we want to get to the bottom of that? Why wouldn't we want to know the origins of that order? If we ever have another pandemic, it would be useful information.
I mean, he's a public servant, and so all the people who are his constituents deserve clarity and answers on all of these issues. Janice and Assemblyman, thank you both for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon.